Moe Green or because the guy from The Godfather? Oh, okay.
It's weird how I got the name. Like I used to make beats, so when I was going through the samples for The Godfather, and came across a sample. Like guy was like, "I'm Moe Green." I was going off and said, "It'd be a dope rap name." Cause I already had another. Like every rapper goes through this. Like they go through at least like 5 rap names before they come up with the one they stick with or whatever. I think like even the Locks, like the group The Locks, used to be like the Warlocks, and then I know OJ Juice Man used to be Goldmouth or something. I used to be rather than Goldmouth. Like everybody got to make kind of changes. So my name used to be like G. Carter. That's my initial, my real last name, G. Carter. So he used to call me G. Carter. Like I painted some shoes one time when the S dots came out, the Jay-Z shoes. It was like those are the G dots, so it kind of just stuck. I was going through the name, so like Moe Green just kind of fit. I was like, Moe Green. It's cool. It's like a cool name. You know what I'm saying? Build a persona off. I gave my rap name a government name too, Morris Greenwich. If you want to look further into it, But yeah, it's not my real name, quote unquote. Okay. Like if I got pulled over, my ID won't say Moe Green.
Okay, and then can you give people like background about you, how long you've been doing music and all that?
I've been doing music for a minute. This is like Rocky Maivia, the project I put out now, will be my second project. Really, the first one kind of got slept on. But I've been doing music since, I graduated in 06. I've been doing music since 04. Like, serious. I've always been involved in some kind of music, but as far as being in the studio, first time in the studio was like 04 or something like that. Me and my crew went in there. We went in there and did like 14 songs in like 4 hours or something like that. It was sick. Bass ups was on there and everything. But yeah, it's just like 04 or something like that. So I guess you could say like 6 years. Seriously.
Okay. And then, so for your first project, it was, I heard it.
It was, I just want you to hear my voice.
Yeah, because I know like the Mr. the J Davy song is on there, so I know a lot of people who like J Davy, so they would play it all the time.
Yeah, like, I just saw J Davy on Friday at the Paramount.
I wanted to go to that.
That was tight. It was a dope show.
So for that project, you can tell that you're really diverse, because there's like that what is love?
Yeah. What is love? Man, I just found out. I was getting a lot of it was mixed reviews of What Is Love, because a lot of people were like, man, that's a gay song, blood. That's gay, blood. I'm like, all right, I rep the 90s hella tough. A lot of people rep 80s baby, because I was born in 88.
Me too.
So you could say like 80s baby, but it's like I don't know nothing about the 80s. But I was 90s, Power Rangers and all that kind of dance music and stuff. So and like one hit wonders and stuff like that. So I kind of just stuck with that. I was like going through a little phase. I was listening to hella one hit wonders, so I listened to Hathaway. He had the What Is Love, so I was like, so my boy to sample it up, chop it up. He sampled it. Got a lot of mixed reviews. A lot of people liked it though. Some people was like, man, you tripping. But I found Eminem and Lil Wayne used that for a song. Used the What Is Love sample. So I was like, man,
you were just ahead of your time.
Yeah, I guess you could say that.
And then like now you're one of the Bay Area freshmen.
Yeah.
How did you feel when you got picked? And then like, do you listen to the other artists on there too?
Yeah, I kind of knew everybody on there already. Like I think the only person I didn't know or I say haven't met was DB the General, but I knew everybody else on there. But when I got picked, it was just a cool feeling, because it's KML. Like everybody grows up. I grew up out here, so you grew up listening to KML. So it's kind of cool. Just like you're playing your song on the radio. Number one, number two, Big Vine is saying your name on the radio. It's Big Vine. Shout out DJ Amen for setting it all up. But it's like, no offense DJ Amen, but it's like Big Vine been like a staple out here forever. So he's like, coming up next, Moe Green. I was like, man, Big Vine said my name on the radio. You know what I'm saying? My mom was listening. She going crazy at work. And my brother and my pops, it was all in there, just everything, all the family listening. You know what I'm saying?
Wait, so how did you find out?
I found out. They had that thing on Twitter. You know what I'm saying, about the whole vote for your person, this and that. So I got a lot of love especially from Vallejo. Put a lot of love up there for me. So I found out. I think everybody kind of found out. Amen sent out a text to everybody or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Sent out a text, was like, you're in the running or something like that. But we didn't really know for sure. You know what I'm saying? To the radio. So I kind of just turned on the radio, and Neo the Gift song was on. I was like, oh, I know he on there. So I said, man, I might have missed it. And then they said, that was number 10, number 9. And I was next. I was right after him on the list. So I was like, man, it was cool just trying to find out I was on the radio. It's kind of ill.
Are you guys gonna do like a project together?
Yeah,
Not like together, but
yeah, but we actually working on that. The freshman 10 compilation kind of. We're actually working on that right now. It's all in the works, but you know what I'm saying. We was just talking about that yesterday, putting it all together.
And then just as far as like growing up in Vallejo, people, I know like people who listen to your music, for instance, like we were kind of having a discussion, right? So you know how people like associate Vallejo with like E40 and stuff like that, but you kind of have a different sound.
Yeah.
Did you like grow up listening to that, or is that like influence your music in any way?
Yeah, I grew up listening to a lot of E40. Like E40 my favorite rapper. Like E40 gonna be my favorite rapper forever. So it's like I grew up listening to a lot of E40. I listened to Dre, a lot of Mac Dre later in his career. I can't say I've been there from the beginning, but I was just straight 40. And but yeah, I mean Vallejo, a lot of Vallejo music influenced me. That's all I was around. You know what I'm saying? I listened to a lot of mainstream music too growing up, but I wasn't really too much in the underground tip growing up. But I listened to a lot of 40 though. So I mean, even though we don't have the same sound per se, like it's still an influence, the originality, and try to, you know what I'm saying, do your own thing, be yourself. Because nobody else sounds like E40. You know what I'm saying, when you rap. So he kind of just like forget y'all, I'm gonna do what I gotta do anyway. So that's kind of how I just took it and ran with it. You know what I'm saying, as far as the hustle goes too. So.
Okay, and then who else were your influences?
Let me see my influence. I listen to a lot of like, I can't really say influence. 40. You can say 40. You can say I like growing up listening to a lot of Hammer. MC Hammer growing up. All my family's from Oakland, so listen to a lot of MC Hammer. Let me think. Somebody else. Under 3000. And I can say later, like a lot of Kanye West. Like when Kanye West first came out, that was kind of like, all right, it's cool to be yourself. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got to try to be with somebody. You know what I'm saying? It's like it was a whole group of people in the middle. Like we weren't gangster, but we weren't like suckers or nothing either. So it was like when Kanye came out, it was like, all right, cool. We could just kind of chill, be right in this little lane right here. So I gotta say a lot of Kanye, and yeah, but just growing up, I listen to everything, a little bit, everything. I grew up in like TRL era, so it's like everything that's on TRL, NSYNC, Backstreet Boys, Korn, Limp Bizkit.
You listen to NSYNC?
What? Who don't listen to NSYNC?
Me.
You tripping?
No, I was just joking.
I know you listen to NSYNC. Everybody listens to NSYNC.